Hi, my name is Joe Williams, and Happy New Year. I was a student at the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine from um, 2005 until 2010. I was expelled twice from the university or college. Well, it's a medical school. And I just want to go back over. It was one of the most horrible educational experiences I've ever had. One of the, I think this is actually the second thing that actually occurred. I had a professor named Dr. Gina Fusco 4 times, and in one of the classes, I got a B plus um as a grade, and I went over my exams and everything that she graded, and I saw that I really should have had an A minus. And so I wasn't upset or angry in any way, but I simply wrote to her. I said, "Oh, I calculated my grades, and I think I got an A minus." And so then Dr. Elizabeth Gosh, Dr. Marcia Singer, Dr. Stephanie Felagosi sat me down and talked to me about I mean, I was 38 years old at the time, and they sat me down and talked to me about why that was inappropriate, that I had the audacity to ask about my grade. Is I've never had an experience like that in my entire life. Got the Virgin Mary in the background. Um, I never had an experience like that in my life in school. Um, I go into places like the Episcopal Academy, Central High School, um, Franklin and Marshall College, University of Pennsylvania, Community College, Cheney University. I never, asking a question about my grade and by the way, Dr. Gosh, for example, never told me what was actually wrong with me asking a question uh, about my grade or what I should have done, like what I should have said. Um, and What it did was, I mean, people talk about microaggressions. Um, I just feel like it was inappropriate. I think it's inappropriate. I think that students should be allowed to talk about, you know, their grades, ask question their teachers, the professors, whatever. I mean, I don't think there's anything even remotely wrong with that. Um, but that was one of many problems that I had at in this program. Um, Dr. Fusco, um, you know, I'm sure she's a very smart person, and she, focused, I think, on passive aggressiveness and contributed to Dr. Arthur Freeman's couple of his books. I have several of his books, and I don't have anything against her personally. I just thought that it was crazy. It's just absolutely crazy experience, and that was just one of many. And then I remember I took one class with her, and they were. I remember Tukey Williams was being executed, and she thought that was a good idea. I had a problem with. It seemed like PCOM had like a very right wing kind of bent to it, in my opinion, which is kind of surprising because I'd always thought that maybe psychology, since you're sort of helping people and you're trying to understand people, you're supposed to have compassion and empathy. I would think psychologists would be very empathic people. Not necessarily, not necessarily. In fact, if you look closely at the history of psychology, which is something that I would like to get into more. It's not. It was actually quite vicious, um, particularly around intelligence testing, uh, which I'd like to get into more as well. So this is just like a brief little uh, video, and I reserve the right to say more about this later. Thank you.